Aaron, you've had a couple of days of reflect now on the defeat to Crawley. Have you still got the same reaction you had on Sunday?
Yeah, I watched the game back as we do on a Monday night, and I look back, and on Sunday we couldn't figure out how it finished 4-0, because everyone that's watching that game would have clearly seen that it wasn't a 4-0 game. However, all respect to Crawley, they were clinical. The midfield were putting in some fantastic balls for their front line, and we weren't clinical, and it cost us. So yeah, I've looked back and we've reflected on the game. Obviously we planned stuff for tonight's training session to work on things that weren't great on Sunday, but looking back, we didn't actually play that badly. We created 8 very, very clear-cut chances, and against a team of Crawley's ability to create that many chances is really positive. But we just need to work on things like our 1v1 defending was poor. We were letting players turn, diving in the box, stuff like this that we shouldn't be doing. But we learn lessons, we move on, and we now concentrate on the league. So I am happy with how we played, but on Sunday we thought it was worse than what it actually was, which is obviously that's the benefit of having the video to look back on.
You talk about the chances that we had. I think possibly the standout one was 15 seconds into the game. How different a game could that have been if that had gone in?
Yeah, very. We've spoke to Sian about it, and it's a learning curve for her. You've got to be switched on straight from the off, and the ball was just sat so nicely for her to roll it in one of the corners. But maybe give it 10 minutes into the game and she doesn't miss the target like she did. But Sian has carried us, in certain games this season. So I've got, there's nothing, not a bad word to say about Sian. She's carried us. She's won us games with her goals. She's our leading goal scorer this year. And I play up front, and I know how hard it can be. And she's missed a chance in the first 15 minutes, and I think that maybe got in her head a little bit for the other chances later on. But she's worked really hard. She's got some great touches. Her hold-up play was outstanding. And again, we're just working on it in training tonight, and we'll just give her 50, 60 shots tonight and just get her back on it, ready for the next game.
You talk about the fact that you're happy with the performance, levels of the team, and also you can talk about the work rate, because it was very evident that even as the game was ticking down into injury time in the second half, the team was still pushing for a goal.
Yeah, and we had 10 players on at that point. Well, that's a weakness of mine. I keep doing it, and I fall out with Lee about it, is I put on all the subs because I want to give everyone minutes. And you put on all the subs, it means that if someone goes down injured, then you're down to 10 players. And that's on my head as a manager. So we had 10 players towards the end of that half, and yet still we were in their half for, I would suggest, most of that second half, and that was really positive. And not only were we in their half, but we were moving the ball really well. We were moving their shape around. Even when they changed shape, I think we were still on top. So it's positive, and they didn't get, it sounds stupid, they've come out and they've scored 2 goals within 3 minutes in the second half. But after that, and you wipe that out the way, they weren't creating chances in that second half, and that's brilliant for us, because that's normally where we sort of struggle, is second half is that physicality and that strength and that endurance that we haven't been showing recently. Now we're getting into the second half, and we're actually being able to turn the screw a little bit and go a bit harder in that second half, which is good. And that's all credit to all the staff at training, and we're working on the fitness, and the players are working on their fitness and nutrition away from the football pitch, as they should do. But now I think at this stage of the season you'll start seeing the teams that are doing that sort of thing, whereas the other teams are going to start getting tired.
And where do you go from that now for the remainder of the season? You've got 8 games remaining in the league. It's still very tight. Anything can happen. And we've talked about recently that the performances have been there, but it's that final touch. So what do you need? Is it a reset, or is it just keep carrying on and it will happen?
We don't have a proven goal scorer. I know we talk about Sian and how good she's been, but Sian is a right back and she's playing up front, and we're a National League team playing with a right back as our number 9. Now Sian's done a great job, but it'd be nice to be able to have a second number 9, to be able to switch things up and have a plan B, and maybe go with 2 up front and put Sian with someone. We've lost Emily Wernham for a long period of this season for a freak injury that just will not get any better, and that's been a big problem for us. Same with Gilly, she's not been there. So we've lost a lot of our forward players, and that's why a lot has rested on Sian's shoulders. So it'd be nice to have that another number 9 to be able to take some of the pressure off of Sian. But other than that, we just need to put the ball in the net. We're playing well. We're looking solid at the back. You know, when we concede, we're conceding because we're making mistakes. And I like that, because you look back last year or the year before, if we concede in a game, it's because other teams are switching against us and opening us up and getting clear-cut chances, whereas they're not doing that now. So it's all coming from our mistakes. So if there was one message to take from Sunday for all the players to listen and take away, would be that individual errors, or the things like the 1v1 defending, letting your player turn, or not being close enough to allow your player to turn, things like that. That's what we need to work on. Nothing massive, nothing drastic, just those little bits. Because if you allow, you know, like Tash Stevens on Sunday, you allow her to turn, she's got that quality to be able to put the ball in the box for someone to score. She's got that movement that will drag you away, and if you're not opening up your body to actually see where she is, then she'll be on your blind side. And we just need to work on those little bits and we'll be fine. I'm happy with how we're playing. The culture's great. The atmosphere's fantastic. You know, even though we're losing, we're coming off the pitch and we're, you know, I hate that, that word together. You should be together. You're a football club. But the atmosphere within the group is brilliant. And you know, after losing 4 of our last 5 games, the cup games, you'd expect us to be rock bottom, but actually they're not. And I think that's credit to the captains. I think Tucker, Chesh, Kelly, you know, our leadership team, as we call them, they've been fantastic putting all the girls together. So yeah, I don't want to change much. I just want to put the ball in the net, would be fantastic. Like I said, find another number 9 to take some of the pressure off of Sian, and get Wernham back would be fantastic. But yeah, just little bits here and there, which I think is positive. And you know, we're sitting 3rd in the league, and it is a tight league, and Bournemouth will drop points. You know, Cheltenham would drop points, like we saw Exeter lost to Maidenhead on Sunday. Our league is crazy, absolutely crazy, but we love it, and that's why we love football most of the time.